Bonjour and welcome to all of you comic book geeks, readers and collectors. And you know these back issue hauls are one for the collectors, obviously. And I've got, it's probably, I don't know how to sell this one. I think that's what I'm trying to get at, because I've picked up some Fantastic Fours from the mid-70s, original, US, blah, blah. But what I also did is pick up 150 assorted issues of UK reprints of Marvel content. So I know I'm going to have to wave goodbye to any DC fans that are here that maybe didn't read the thumbnail and thought I might have bought some DC comics, but you'll have to forgive me because this box come up and my old mate Jamie, as always ably assisted by Lizzie at New Dawn Comics in Rayleigh, Essex, sorted me right out. There's a few doubles here. There's stuff that I've already got, but I just bought the batch because when he done me a good deal, it's no point farting around. But if you don't know, this will be, if you do know, this will be a trip down memory lane. And I don't know how UK centric this is going to be, so forgive me. But it just takes you back. It harkens back to an era. And I know I'm a geekyOlhog, and it will be, well, please let me know in the comments how you have come across these UK reprints, because on Threads, someone from the Philippines said that he was getting these in the 80s. Now, these are early to mid-70s, but he was getting them. There was a little ink stamp on them, and he was getting them for like, I don't know, I think he said 28 cents in the Philippines. So he's got an affinity with this stuff, but I'm assuming this is one for the UK-centric audience, because these were the reprints of the original 4-colour comics. Now, Mighty World of Marvel, if you're here for the first time or you're here for, I don't know what you might be here for, these are, look at these ink, I don't know if you can see these stamps where a lot of these would come over as, I don't know if it was these or it was the originals as ballast in, but look at these classic, look at these classic. And in the back you've got Fantastic Four. In the middle you've got Daredevil, and in the front you've got the Hulk. I mean, come on, Nuff Said. Excelsior. But this was Marvel. In 1973 they launched this comic, Mighty World of Marvel. This was their first foray. Not strictly true, but let's just not talk about those other ones from, I forget the name of the firm now, that was reprinting them almost, you know, at they did predate this. But look, this is good stuff. And again, this has got the ink stamp on the front, where, you know, you'd be buying it at 5p or whatever you were doing, going to the market. Fantastic Four, the Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk running amok. And this was 1970. This was 1974, but it was launched in 73. And shortly after, I mean, let me know if you don't recognise any of these covers, because some of the early covers were by Jim Starlin, believe it or not, none other than. So, you know, but there would be covers like this that I don't know who would have done that cover, but but it's just all trip down memory lane stuff, to be fair. You know, there's an ink stamp on here, look, popular price, book centre, clearance book centre, look, and it's 6p instead of 7p. Bargain. Someone, and this one again, look, someone's crossed out the 7 and has put, no, this is 6p to you, me old mucker. And these are, I mean, I'm assuming this is the Trimpy. Yeah, this is the Herb Trimpy age. We're in 1975 now. And this would have been around the time maybe a little bit after. I will admit that I wouldn't have been picking these up. I've got plenty of them. I mean, Mighty World of Marvel went on for like years and years and years. I don't know how many total issues they had, but oh look, who doesn't know that cover? If there's ever a cover to sell a Hulk, I mean Herb Trimp's artwork in this, or Herb Trimpy, however you pronounce it. Let me know in the comments. Is it Trimpy? Is it Trimpy, Trimpay, or Trimp? Let me know. Does it rhyme with shrimp, shrimpy? No, there's no shrimpay, is there? Anyway, and Gene Colan on Daredevil. But anyway, Herb Trimp's artwork with John Severin inking it was really nice. I was never a fan of Trimpy, ever. And oh look, that's a Tales to Astonish story in that, because they did have to spread the stories around. They couldn't just reprint. What's this? World He Never Made. Captain Axis. Does anyone remember that one? You've got to help me out with these ones, guys. What do you remember? These would have literally been on the. I'm not so sure if these would have been on the spinner rack. These would have definitely been on the newsagent shelf. Oh, one of my favourites, MODOK. Or is it MODOK? Who cares? I don't want anyone to let me know in the comments. Because I don't care. But look, oh look. Destroy him, my robot slaves. Destroy the Hulk. Destroy the Hulk. Now Hulk's fishmen try to hurt Hulk. Now Hulk smash. Yes. Featuring the mind-bending menace of Acuon. He was a murderous manfish. Does anyone remember reading this in 1975? He's having a pop. He's having a pop at a Fantastic Four again. Look, I won't go through them all because it's all just more of the same. X-Men in this one. This looks like this looks like beautiful. This is either going to be Ernie Chan or Alfred Alcala artwork. A mouse has chewed off the corner, but there are so many of these issues that I did throw a few away that had been, rodent, Sal Buscema and Ernie Chan. Oh, so it might be that might be Sal Buscema and Ernie Chan, but I don't know why I was saying Alfred Alcala. Oh, Gene Colan, Daredevil in there. Good times. Good times. The second title they launched a month or two later was Spider-Man. Now, all of these, the Mighty World of Marvel and the Spider-Man comics, this is the Romita era. We're on issue 67. So we're a year and a bit in. And they've started doing the gloss covers. So they're reprinting. They started off, obviously, in Mighty World of Marvel, reprinting the Ditko Spider-Man from the originals. But now he's gone into his own comic. By this issue, you're well out of the Ditko era, and you're into Romita and all the rest of it. But they swapped over from the paper covers to these gloss covers, and I've got to say, you really do look at that cover. You really do notice a change in tone and quality. Morbius and Spider-Man, come on. Because when they was doing the paper covers, they still kept the monotone. I don't know if they were still doing it up to this date. No, because they even dropped the monotone. So someone in the art department was having to overlay this artwork with... Let me just quickly show you what I mean. They would have to quickly... I I say quickly, they would have to overlay, right, so you're making up for the colouring. So all of this grey tone, you're making up for the colouring. But when they swapped to glossy covers, what they were doing before that, they had a paper cover, but they had a bit of colour inside and the grey tone. And do you know what? If I could go back in time and tell Marvel what to do, I would say stick to the paper cover and give me more colour inside and the grey tone aspects of it. You know, have someone working on the stuff, man. You know, bringing me some colour and tone to these stories. But anyway, nevertheless, we all grew up with this stuff, didn't we? We would all be, I don't know if anyone else out there, let me know again in the comments, because this is a bit of a memory lane one. Did you swap comics? Like, was you picking up Mighty World of Marvel, someone else was picking up Spider-Man? You know, did you swap it? Did you swap? Because, you know, not that I was in this era, but I didn't like swapping. Once I'd got my comic, and that was even before I knew about collecting. 1973, this one was launched. This was the third one. At least in England, the art department was getting the Scarlet Witch's colours right, because if you have been following my channel in the past couple of months, you will notice that I've been laughing at the fact that good old Shang-Chi, laughing at the fact that they sometimes Scarlet Witch was purple, sometimes she was light grey, not light grey, but you know what I mean. Anyway, the Paul Gulacy. This is where I grew up with Paul Gulacy, or Gulacy. Just let me know in the comments. I better get a load of comments because I'm asking a lot of questions. This haul, it's all on. It's all on you lot this week. All right. Nice Gene Colan stuff here. Look, the Avengers. But so we're talking 1975. So between 73 and 75. Look, more Colan. Oh, it's all Gene Colan. Look, but you can't whack it. You know, growing up with this stuff. I mean, to this day, Gene Colan is one of my most favourite Marvel, comic book artists. I was going to say Marvel artists, but no, comic book artists. Yeah, it's just, sorry, I'm flicking through, you know, I shouldn't have done that, but, and then, what a mix. This made me laugh. What a mix. So you've got a comic called Avengers, and you've got Savage Sword of Conan in it. I don't know. And the Master of Kung Fu. I mean, that is a mix. But you've got Barry Windsor Smith. You've got Barry Windsor Smith Conan with Gene Colan on the Avengers, and I think it's going to let us down, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, Ron Wilson and Hampton Master of Kung Fu. Yeah. Oh, if only that could have been Gulacy. That could have been. But anyway, we was growing up with the best of Marvel in the UK. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, we were growing up. Look at these covers. Look. We were good old Ultron here. I mean, there's one of these issues. I think it might be this one. So you've got The Shadow of the Vulture, which is the Conan story, Barry Windsor Smith. And then, yeah, it is this one. And then you've got a Barry Windsor Smith story, Avengers. And you wonder why. Oh, and look at this. In the back is the Gulacy Shang-Chi. Oh. You can't whack it. You can't whack it, guys. Sorry, it's all piling up. In late 1974, there was two new comics launched. Planet of the Apes, which was obviously one of the first of the big franchises. To be fair, Planet of the Apes. I mean, come on, who was franchising before that? These two these two launched, yeah, on the same day in 1974. Dracula Lives, Planet of the Apes. Come on. And I've gushed many a time about the Gene Colan artwork on Dracula. This would have been Tomb of Dracula, obviously, in the originals. Look at that. I think that's got to be Neil Adams. I don't remember that on the Tomb of Dracula, but obviously a lot of these Legion of Monsters as well. So obviously you can't blame them for like hacking together like horror books. Gene Colan cover. Excuse me. Planet of the Apes. Do you know what? Planet of the Apes is one of those that has passed me by. As in like comic book wise, not film, not cinematically, but definitely comic book wise. I mean, I picked these few up. I thought there might be someone sexy on the, but there's not really. All right, it's Tom Sutton, and you know they're not bad artists, but there's no one. You know, when like maybe in the ancient history of Ghost Rider or Werewolf by Night, you've got your Plugs and you know you might Plug and different artists, but not in that, not in that lot. And then after that, I mean, as if this wasn't good enough, half a year later, he's got his own comic, but they're overlapping now. They're overlapping because we've already seen Conan in the Avengers comic, but they're because of the success of it. I mean, when are we looking at? Yeah, we're looking at 75. So they're thinking, right, you know, Conan's good in the States. Conan, well, it's probably good globally, I suppose. Why not go for it? But Barry Windsor Smith. I don't know what the backup strips were for this. Cole. Is it Cole? Yeah, Cole the Destroyer. Yeah, Ross Andrew and Wally Wood artwork in the back of this one. And again, you know, we grew up with this in England in black and white. I don't know. I think we was getting a lot of bang for our buck. I know it weren't in colour, but we was getting multiple storylines in every issue. I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't think you can beat it. One of the best ones. Launched another 6 months. Another 6 months later, after Conan. Now we've got Silver Surfer. And what they were doing, the originals of Silver Surfer were square bound. I mean, it was unusual at the time. They weren't doing it. It was kind of a different thing that Marvel were doing. So what that meant was you could chop up where they found the covers from. Let me know where these covers were coming from, because these aren't the covers of the original comics. So you've got these two comics in England represent issue 1 of Silver Surfer, right? And they've kind of cut and pasted. Right. In the original, where that says "Behold the Silver Surfer," in the original, this is the origin. The whole issue, the whole first issue of the first Silver Surfer in America was the origin of Norrin Radd, right? But they put "Behold the Silver Surfer," reprinted half of the comic, and then in the second one, they've taken a panel from the original comic and then put the original. It was all good stuff. I think you know what I'm getting at, don't you? You know what I'm getting at. Because this was the cover of issue 2, but we're on issue 3. So we are going to slowly but surely, you know, work our way back. The Mephisto appearance in issue 3 is issue 5 in the UK, and then look at this. You're just inventing covers, making up covers. Here's the classic cover to issue 4. Do you know because I won't go through every single issue. Some nicely weird colouring on that. I forget what issue that is in the original. That's another cover from the original. But what they didn't do, they ended the Silver Surfer story with what I think would have been, I don't know, I forget what issue it would have been, right, in the originals. But they didn't do the last 2 or 3 issues. They just ended it here. And then you've got the Man of Bronze. I never liked, Doc Savage, come on. No. I'm sorry, never a big fan. And then they're slowly working in the X-Men. And then in this one, the surfer stands alone in a world gone mad. Oh, and he's fighting. Yeah, oh, he's not gone yet, because this was the last story. So they left it here, which would have been issue 16 or 17. Let me know in the comments. And then we're full on, like, join X-Men and the Cat and X-Men. That's a bit of a downer, isn't it? Yeah, kind of goes downhill from here. Yay, it's the Cat and X-Men. Yay. Instead of the Silver Surfer. Oh, anyway, I think it's looking like we're going full circle here. Oh, the Thing, got the Thing and Man-Thing. So they're obviously reprinting the Marvel 2-in-1s in 1976, you know, fast forward a year later, what's this, issue 50? Yeah, a year later, all the Silver Surfer stories are exhausted. And this for me is Chateau Neuf de Pape. Some genius in the publishing department said, why don't we reprint 2 pages of American comics on 1 page in this format? I'd love to shake that man or woman's hand, because I can remember getting this, and we've got Submariner in here, we've got Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I tell you what, all of the Inhumans, all classic Lee Kirby stuff, to be fair, in it, as you can tell. I mean, look at the roster. But what a great idea. Submariner there, look. Die, Black Bolt, die. Oh, it's great. Okay, Captain Marvel in this as well. Sorry, because I'm just flicking through just to let you know, or send you down memory lane. Is there a character? Let me know. Please let me know what kind of memory bombs I've set off here with any of this stuff. And covers like this, now I'm looking back at them, you know, covers like this, the art department had to make that one up. That one, I'm pretty sure. You can just tell by the aspect ratio of it that was never an American. It might have been a panel out of a comic, but that was never a cover. But let me know if you want to defy me. We're near the end now. I'm sorry, guys, if this isn't the most exciting one. This is the one that brought me in. A friend of mine at school, he was getting this just shortly before, so I would have been picking up say Warlord. In the UK I would have been picking up Warlord and Bullet, mate, and the Beano and Dandy stuff, you know, all that blah blah. But this was, he let me read one of his issues of this, and I don't know if you got issue 1 with the free jumbo jet Marvel UK didn't understand the free gift aspect of English comics. English comics, you needed an appropriate, like the Space Spinner in issue 1 of 2000 AD. It was a space spinner. It wasn't a frisbee or just a round little piece of plastic. No, it was a space spinner. That could have been the Blackbird that the X-Men were floating around in. What was the backup story in here? Or was it all FF? No, it was all It was all Fantastic Four. Oh, good old Thundra. Who wouldn't have enjoyed a bit of what schoolboy weren't thinking? Eop Thundra. Just this is random now. Just random. And then just to round it all off, my little haul. I say little haul, it's quite a big stack actually, isn't it? Oh look, here we go. Shaking on his Star Wars adaptation. What was in the back of this? But Marvel UK put in Tales of the Galaxy. To be fair, I don't know where that story would have come from, because obviously they had to hack. This wouldn't have been the entire issue 1 of the original Marvel comic. It would have been half of it. So, to even out the pages and blah blah and do the maths. Yeah, this weird sci-fi story culled from I don't know where. But let me know in the comments if you know. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. Self-indulgent, a bit much maybe, but early mid-70s UK, a lot of us owe a lot to that era, I think, in summing up. So if you have followed me this far through that haul, I did get US comics as well, but do you know what? I found it a bit jarring trying to get it in with all that stuff. So I've done a special. I've done a UK reprint special on that. And I don't know whether it's worth chapterising. I'm just talking out loud now, but you can, I don't know, you can pause and rewind and do what you want, can't you? And have a look at the covers and see if it's provoked any memories. But if you followed me this far, please let me know. Please get involved in the comments, because that's the best bit. That's the best bit. There's one guy on Threads who, one of my random posts on a Spider-Man comic provoked memories of him and his his dad and being at home and being a kid and everything. And I love that. I love it. I love those early memories of the first comic you rolled up and tucked in your back pocket and got on your bike and went home to read it. And because we didn't care, we weren't CGCing them back then, were we? Anyway, if you have followed me this far, I've said that 3 times now, haven't I? Thank you. That's what I meant to get to. Thank you so much. And until next time, I will bid you all adios.